Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I'm trying to find my lighting. Um, Happy Friday, guys. I want to open up the lines to you. Ask me any probate investing question that you have. A lot of people, I'm hoping you guys can hear me. It's a little bit loud in here today. Um, a lot of people been asking me a lot of questions about probate, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. And sometimes I do not have the opportunity to get to everyone. So what I want to do right now is have you guys ask me any questions. So if you're joining me, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate all of the support, but I want to be able to be a resource to you and answer any questions that you have. So I'll just wait until your questions come in. Yvonne, what's up, my brother? I got a deal right now in Congress Heights. I'm gonna need you to look at because the basement. I think the basement might need underpinning, but it might not, Yvonne. So I'm definitely gonna need your help on that. I'm gonna have you look at the deal for me, for sure. I'm not sure if it really needs underpinning, just simply because the way the basement is, the ducts are pretty low. But Yvonne, if you can hear me, type comment right there. You know, I need your feedback. You are the best concrete person that I know. So, do you guys have any questions for me? Come on, y'all need some questions. Ask me anything that you want about probate investing. Hey, Devon. Hey, Mahed. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. But yeah, I want you guys to ask me questions about probate. I mean, probate is really lucrative. It's super hot right now. It's on fire. It's on fire. It's on fire. And if I can help you guys in any way possible, I would love to help you guys. And I would love to answer any questions that you have. People ask me, every day, all day. They call me. They want to consult with me. I'll have a program coming up, like I said, really, really soon that you guys can actually pay for. But right now, you get me. You get me. I'm free. I want to answer any questions. Hey, Raymond, are you doing some investing? If yeah, that's great. If not, that's fine too. I am answering any questions. Hey, Billy. Hey, Billy Williams. Do you have any questions for me in regards to investing and in real estate and probate? If you do, I would love to answer any question that you have today. Hey guys, come on, give me something. I want to be able to be a resource to you, and I want to be able to impart in you and also educate you on some things. I'm actually right now. Let me show you guys what I'm reading. Oh, hey Billy, you need a house? Are you looking to invest, or are you looking to actually buy a property to live in? Let's see. Let me try to. Hey, do you call or mail them? Adris, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Yes, I actually call them. I cold call them. I have virtual assistants calling them, and then what I will do is follow back up with them once my assistant gets the lead. And calling it to me is really powerful. I do plan on in 2019. I'm actually looking to incorporate some mailing into pretty much my marketing campaign, because what I've been doing is trying to scale my business and figure out what's working and what's not working. But what I do know is that cold calling works. Cold calling, I mean, it could definitely get you to the next level, Idris. So my answer to that is yes. I cold call. That's what I do. I love it. Cold calling is everything. Okay, Billy, you looking for something for rent? Are you in DC or Maryland, Billy? Idris, you said, do I offer them any sympathy, right to the point, either calling or mail? So, Idris, I'm glad you asked that question because this is something that I get. It's like a kind of like an ongoing debate. No, when I first call, I do not offer them sympathy, believe it or not. I call and I introduce myself, and I just want to know if they looking to sell. Now, if they express that they're in distress or they're just lost their loved one, they don't have time to talk, I absolutely offer my sympathy, but I want them to invite me into their world and offer that sympathy. A lot of times people are already to the point where they're not really over it, but they're at the point where they're ready to do business. So I don't want to burden them with, hey, how you feeling? I really just want to see if they're interested in selling. But if they need my advice or if they want me to talk, I'm always an ear to listen. So I'm a very effective listener, if you will. Okay, Billy, I can help you look for something for rent. I can give you my office number, which is 202-558-2286, and you will get my assistant and we'll collect your information, or you can actually DM me. What's it called? DM, Facebook message me, and then I can collect your information and see how we can serve you. So, Idris, are you a real estate agent or are you a wholesaler? Let me know if you're a real estate agent or a wholesaler out there. I have something that I'm gonna actually teach agents. I'm trying to get a good light. Keep my glasses on. I want to teach agents how to actually wholesale their own listings and maximize any opportunity that they have. Now, every listing will not be a wholesale. I repeat, it will not be a wholesale, but you should have the skills to identify, right, whether you have a good opportunity or not. You definitely need to know, as a real estate agent, if you have a listing that could potentially garner you more money. And it's okay if every deal is not like that. But when you're talking about DC and or PG County and you're in these markets with high incomes and low incomes, you definitely have opportunity, especially if the property is not renovated. Some properties sit in people's family for 30 years, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years. And a lot of times, guys, the properties are either free and clear, they have low mortgages on them. Some of them do have reverse mortgages, though. I had quite a few. The last short sale that I closed, it was actually a reverse mortgage on the property. But even if it's a reverse mortgage on the property, as an investor, you still can put the offer on the property directly versus listing. So I'm gonna tell you guys about a deal that I did where I actually went to buy the property directly from the bank, and then they came back at this really high number that I could not afford to pay. So the client gave me the opportunity to put it on the market, and I took that listing. I sure did. I love money. I'm being honest with you. I really do, and I really love getting it, and I actually really love serving my clients. Serving my clients is my top priority. Every property that I look at, I can't buy, and I'm actually okay with that. But I want to make sure that the client, right, knows what their options are and is completely informed. Whether they decide to work with me or not, that's up to them. So I love to be very transparent with my clients. But guys, I'm looking for some more questions. I want to answer your questions while you got me right now. Um, I'm just taking some time out of my day. I'm taking some time out of my day to actually sit with you guys today. If you guys like this, like what I'm doing, like these posts that I'm putting up, share them. Let your friends know about them. Let your family know about them, because at the end of the day, we all have to help each other, move forward in life. I see a couple of people are watching me. I'm waiting for your questions, guys. Ask me anything that you have on your mind, any question that you can think about in regards to wholesaling and or probate, or just wholesaling in DC. Period. I'm sure some people out there who are not in DC and they want to invest in DC, because DC is a really, really hot market, and DC is a market where you can make a lot of money. So if you guys are from another state, it doesn't matter where you are. I'm the expert in DC. You can call me and I can provide you with information, things like that in regards to the DC market. I'll let you know which areas to invest, which areas to kind of stay away from. What's popping right now, what's hot right now, what's going on the market. Right now, some properties are sitting on the market at the higher price point because buyers are becoming picky. So I can tell you, some of the pitfalls, what to avoid, what not to avoid, things like that. But I'm waiting for your questions. Give me some questions, guys. I want to answer your questions today. Today I'm dressed down. I'm just chilling today. So I look a little different. I usually dress up every day, but I'm just chilling right now. I really just want to focus on what I'm gonna do for 2019. I made my mind up that I am going to London next month. I am going to London. I'm so excited for that trip. And then I will be going to Texas as well with my Texas family, my multi-family investing family. Shout out to Brad Sumrock, the apartment king, the apartment genius. I'm one of his students. One thing about me, and one thing that I want to leave you guys with today is that if you feel strongly about something, pay for the education. The education will help catapult you to the next level in your career, in your life, in your business. See, me personally, I have coaching programs that I'm almost ready. It's almost ready for you guys. And I'm gonna be honest about the price point with you because I'm the type of person, if I know I would spend it on another product and I'm committed and I really love the product, I'm gonna do the same with mine. I'm not going, undervalue myself. My stuff may be a little bit pricey, but you're gonna learn a whole lot from me. And what I love about learning is that you have to figure out whoever you're learning from, you need to know who their mentors are. So I'm really open and honest about who my mentors are and the knowledge and the people who are imparting and pouring into me. That's important. Like I need to know who you listen to. Whoever my mentor is, I need to know who my mentors is because that's really important to me. Because now I know that they are getting information from credible people. Like I would hate to pay for a program and then the person is not even doing what I want to do. They just talking about it. Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. I had people talk about probate and saying they experts in probate, but like you ain't even close a deal though. Like it's just like at the end of the day, like if you're gonna follow somebody and if you're gonna be passionate about something, make sure that that person is doing what you want to do. Like me, I don't know anything about cryptocurrency. I don't know anything about Bitcoin. So if you were to ask me about that, I would say no, that's not my expertise, and I can, link you with someone who may know. But that's not what I do, right? So I'm honest about that. I'm really honest about where I put my focus and my time on. But I want you guys' questions. Please ask me some questions. Any question, any question, any question. Who was out there watching? I'm trying to figure out who you guys are. I see like two of you guys out there. Oh, here we go. I see some questions. That's my fault. I didn't scroll down. Sorry. Elder Derek Grant, are you buying probate leads or going to the courthouse? Elder, I sell probate leads, baby. I am the source. You get the leads from me. I have someone who goes down to probate and they get all of the information. So yes, I go direct to the courthouse in DC and I get all of that information. Raymond, when there's an attorney handling the probate and you have an offer that gets accepted, have you ever had success going back and getting a reduction? That's a wonderful question. I like that question. Let me read it one more time. When there's an attorney handling a probate and you have an offer that gets accepted, have you ever had success going back and getting a reduction? Why would I have to get a reduction if I offered the right price? I don't need a reduction because when I tell my people I can offer, I offer. I don't need to go back and I don't need to renegotiate anything. If I put that property under contract at the wrong price, then I mean I'm gonna be honest, I've never had that issue. But I had an issue similar to it where I thought I needed to reduce my price, and it was hard on my heart. But at the last minute, I end up finding a cash buyer to buy it. Right now, I'm at the point in my career where I'm going to offer the seller a price that if I was an investor flipping the property, that I would want to, pay for it. I want to be very, very fair because if I don't find an investor to pay for it, depending on what the property is, I will buy that property myself. And I'm not trying to be cocky, but if I tell a seller that I'm going to close on the deal, I have to get the deal closed by any means necessary. So I would say if you out there putting offers on property, make sure that you have someone to buy it, you have someone that's interested. And if you don't, if you weren't to have someone, can you afford to buy that property? Can you close on it? That is so important. I had a deal in Hyattsville earlier this year, and I didn't have a buyer for it. So I ended up had one of my students end up buying it, and but in the meantime, in between time I call it, I actually was putting my financing in place. I was getting ready to close on it. I was trying to get all of that together, because once it came down to the wire, my name is my name. And I also put up EMDs too. I don't know if you know other wholesalers that put up EMDs, but I put up EMDs for my deals. I'm invested in my deals. So when I'm talking to my cash buyer or whatever like that, I'm serious about what I'm doing. I'm putting my money in these deals. So when sellers say, hey, I need you to put up 15 grand, I got to put that 15 grand up. The only time I don't put the 15 grand up is if my cash buyer said, hey, the EMD is at the title company. I just closed the deal, and my buyer was so efficient. All we did was had a conversation, y'all. I was like, yeah, I got this deal. We had talked about the deal months prior, and he was like asking me like little questions like, what's the EMD? I'm like, yeah, 15 grand. I'm like, I got to make sure I have it deposited by 3:30 because the seller is riding me. Man, literally, I talked to him at 10 o'clock. The EMD was at the title company at 12 p.m. So I didn't even get to get my gym time in. I didn't even know he deposited. I'm like, well, shit, thank you. But I was willing to put my money where my mouth was. I was willing to put up a non-refundable EMD. Some wholesalers will put like a $500 EMD on like the contract. I don't subscribe to that. I say put up a fair EMD. If you're going to buy a property that is a really good deal, put 10K up, put 5K up. You're going to have to, because people want to know you serious. I actually closed another deal, the same Hyattsville deal. The sellers wanted me to hold my EMD at their attorney's office. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. But I was a little scared. But at the end of the day, I knew I was buying it right, so I put the money up. But I'm glad that you asked me that question, Raymond. That is a really good question. I would say that, just really be diligent about, what you put your deals under contract for. Make sure your numbers are, wrapped tight, and then just go for it. And if you have any questions about anything, I would love to answer, any questions you may have. Hey, Tracy, I see you are on here. Robert Darnell Poindexter Sr. I'm interested. What info could you share? Ask me a question. He's replying to Billy. Ask me a question. Whatever information that you want right now, I am a open book, and I'm willing to share. So ask me anything. Yeah, I'm here to be of service to you guys. I'm here to really serve you right now. It's just really been on my heart, that I can't answer everyone's phone call because I'm super busy. I got a couple of deals that I'm working on, got a couple of deals that I have to get under contract, and I don't have an assistant yet. And that's really tough for me right now, because in order for me to get to the next level, I have to hire an assistant. So I'm in the transition, the process of doing it, and get my HR department. Whomever I hire, they're going to have the full benefits package. They're going to have, 401k benefits. They're going to have paid vacation. They're going to have everything. So I am just covering myself, make sure I'm putting everything together right. And getting to that next level, you definitely gonna need a team. You're definitely gonna have to hire out, and you definitely gonna have to put your money where your mouth is. So, hey, Steve-O. Hey, Steve, ask me any questions. Do you guys know anyone who's looking to sell their property? Okay, Elder said, what resource are you using to get comps? I'm so glad you asked me that, Elder Grant. I like when you ask me questions. So I'm using the MLS to get my comparables. There's another cool tool called RPR. I think it's called Real Estate Property Resource. I'm not sure if that's only for agents, but if that is access to the public and I can research that for you, that is a really great tool, because a lot of their information on RPR is accurate. So I'll put that comment in the notes. I mean, I'll put the notes RPR. I'll link the website down here. But that is a really really good tool for looking for comparables. It's called RPR. Okay, Steve, you said hell yeah. What you talking about? You know somebody who trying to sell, you trying to get into investing. If you know someone who wants to sell a property, friends and family, I mean, you can let me know. I mean, if not, that's fine too. It's not really a big deal. But I can show you guys how to make some extra money. And I do pay referral fees for someone who brings me a deal. I absolutely do. As an investor, I can do that. I can pay you a fee for helping me, a marketing fee for helping me, find a deal and put the deal together. Absolutely. Hey, Bruce. Hey. Oh, you're welcome, Elder. You are very welcome. You are very very welcome. Any more questions, guys? Ask me anything. Bruce, how long does probate process typically take? That is a great question. It really just depends on the type of estate that's open, whether it's supervised or whether it's non-supervised. One of the biggest things is like it's a 6 month period that you have to wait to see if any creditors come back to attest the estate, contest the estate, meaning that like say for instance someone passed away and they owe, I don't know, a judgment or something like that against the court. Once you put the publication out, you typically have the creditors typically have 6 months to say whether the person owed them, the person that passed away owed them or not. Or what they can do, how they can trump that 6 month period is by getting a bond. Yes. So I had one case where the person had to get a bond. He was trying to sell a house in the estate and he did not want to wait 6 months. So he had to get a bond assuring that, he was a person of good character. And if anyone came back after that 6 month period, that he would pay them. If that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense, guys. So I'm gonna say it again. So Bruce asked, how long does the probate process typically take? Like I said, it depends on how that person is filing. If you get a bond, it's going to shorten the time that you have to wait, meaning you don't have to wait for a 6 month period. But if you're selling a asset in that estate, that bond has to be equal to the amount of the house, right? And the bond is just pretty much saying that that personal representative is a responsible individual. And since they didn't wait 6 months, since they got a bond, that if anyone came back within that 6 month period, that person will actually pay the creditors and resolve whatever issue that person could potentially have. So typically it could be like a 6 month waiting period, but some cases get a little bit crazy because you may have like some heir that just popped up out of nowhere, or you may have a family that they just don't get along. Everyone want to get an attorney. Everyone want to protect themselves. So it typically it varies, but a lot of times I'm looking at like when I get my deals, I'm either following up with them for at least 6 months or maybe a year. So a lot of my deals are coming out around that 6 month period. Just simply because when they open up the estate, they have to look. It's not just the house that's in the estate that they have to take care of. They have to take care of other bills. They have to take care of their own bills, right? The personal representative is responsible for paying the decedent's bills. So think about it. If you are a personal representative and you got to pay your mortgage and your loved one's mortgage that passed away and their bills and your bills, it can get very cumbersome, if you will. So it really just depends. Raymond, what's the price range on these properties, the ARV, and how many are you doing at one time on average? That's a great question. I mean, that's a good question, but I really can't answer that because the ARV is just dependent on the property itself. So if I have a property in PG County, the ARV is going to be totally different than a property in DC. So for one, you just got to know where the location of the property is and what the properties are selling for. So that's something that you can pick up off the MLS, how to, you can pull comps and things like that. But the price range differs. Like I just bought a property in Seat Pleasant, and I spent $70,000 on it. It's going to take about $50,000 in renovations. But also, I just wholesaled a property in Riggs Park. I got it under contract for $333, and I wholesaled it for $360. And the properties are similar in square footage, so it depends on where you are. DC is popping, DC is hot. You're going to get more in DC. So, Raymond, let me know if you're actually from DC or where you from, because every state and every county is different. Bruce said, "What's the best way to get started?" That is a great question. You are talking to the probate queen right here. I say get started with probate just simply because it is a low cost startup. When I first started, I went down to the probate court, and what I did was got the information and start cold calling. As long as you have a cell phone, and I'm sure you have a cell phone because everybody on here has to have a cell phone. That's all you need, and that's not costing you anything additional to have to have a cell phone. So if you are serious about it, it's not even really about what the best way to get started is. The first step is to commit. You have to get into a space and you have to be serious about your craft and what you want to do. You have to commit to it. For me, when I first started, I did my first deal, my first wholesale deal in 4 months. It took me 4 months of cold calling, and I made $20,000. Had I stopped cold calling, or had I given up, or something like that, I would have never made it to where I am now. So the best way to get started is to think about what you want to do in life and commit to it, and then surround yourself around individuals who are doing that. When I did my first deal, even the deals that I do now, I don't do them by myself. I have someone who I call. I have mentors that I call. I need opinions. I have contractors. I have a lot of people in my circle who actually help me get my deals done. If I told you guys that I did these deals on my own, I would be lying to you, because at the end of the day, I'm just one person, and I'm very biased. And sometimes, I might get in, I might get into my own way. So I need someone to just kind of reassure me, like, Barbara, that's a good deal, that's not a good deal, don't do it. It's just like that reassurance. So don't ever try to go at it alone, and don't ever be too, I don't want to say greedy, because I don't think it's nothing wrong with wanting the most for it, but just be honest with yourself. Like, if you need help, you're gonna have to pay for it. The game is sold, it's not told. If anybody's gonna give you something for free, I don't know how valuable they are. They can tell you some things, like right here, what I'm telling you, I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart. But when we go deep into it, and when you're, taking up some of my time, and we're sitting down, we're talking, we're trying to get things done, it's gonna be a price. So I say get in a group, get around people who are actually doing it, and don't be scared to ask questions. Like, my mentor tell you that Barbara called me every single day, which I still do, and I just want their opinion. Like, I want to know. When people know that you're hungry and that you're doing whatever it takes, they will absolutely respect you, and they will help you. But you can't give up, and you got to really humble yourself. Oh, Raymond, you're from Cali. Oh, Cali is a really high price market. I actually got a girl. I got a really good friend in Cali, and she was asking me the other day about investing in California and things like that. I was letting her know I know Cali is super expensive, but there are some people in Cali doing some wholesale deals. So Raymond, if you are a real estate agent, or if you know a real estate agent, you just got to figure out what resources that you have where you from, where you can get comparables and things like that. You can always go to like your county tax records if you want to like skip trace somebody, figure out who owns the property. But Raymond, what I would tell you is you really got to get around people who are doing investing, right? And you have to just surround yourself around those people. But if you want to know more about probate investing in Cali, I can give you some. I have a free ebook. I'll put the link up. You can get my free ebook. The ebook is, pretty much universal to anyone, but the information that you'll get from Cali will look different than the information here in DC and or PG County. Latoya, hey Toya, hey, hi. Questions. Ask me questions. I love questions. I love questions. I actually got a referral today. Somebody called me, and I'm like, how did you hear about us? I'm always excited to hear how people hear about us. She's like, oh, through my attorney. So attorneys are a great resource for probate, referrals and or leads. Um, Probate is really good, Raymond. I'm sorry, probate attorneys are really, really good. So the thing about it is it's a relationship, right? So if I first meet you and we're sitting down having a conversation, do you think don't expect to get anything. So any relationship takes time to develop, you know. So I have been meeting with probate attorneys for a really long while, and I don't expect anything. I just let them know what I do, how I can serve their clients, and I just want to know more about them. And just so happened I got a referral today. So Monday I'll be looking at a property with a crazy tenant, one of those, and I gotta make it through it. I gotta get through it. So some of these, you know what? I'll say 95% of my deals are tough. I do get some easy ones. I do. I'm gonna be honest. I get some easy deals right here now and then. I be getting some easy deals, but for the most part, my deals be hard. I gotta fight for my deal. I gotta, sometimes I gotta threaten people, like tell them about like court actions, because people will change up on you. They'll change their mind. They'll get emotional. They have 1,000 people calling them. Um, you really gotta go hard, and you gotta know like who you are and what you all about. Bruce said, "Are you focused on a certain zip code?" No, I'm focused on all of DC, not one specific zip code in DC. I do like the heights. Like I love all the heights in DC because the price point is going up a little bit. Um, but no, I'm not focused on any certain zip code. I'm focused on Washington DC and Prince George's County. There's a lot of money in DC and PG County, so I mean I know some of my buddies they're in Baltimore, but they're doing more holding in Baltimore. I can't give you advice on Baltimore. I really don't know Baltimore like that, but DC is my bread and butter, baby. And once you get past that fear, you just gotta kind of know how to price property, and you can go in, you can have your swag on, and you can let people know, like, this is what I can do for you. What was your first deal and how did it go? Oh, my first deal was really good. It actually closed in 2 weeks. My first deal was in Woodridge, people, not with a B, with an R, in Northeast DC. It was actually on Randolph Street in Northeast. I got it under contract for 350,000, and I sold it to my investor for 370,000. And believe it or not, I told that investor he actually helped me get the property, believe it or not. He met with the seller, and then the seller thought he was my boss. And I was like, yeah, he's my boss. And but the seller was comfortable with me. He was comfortable with signing with me, and I got it done. I'm starting to look at, my growth, and I'm learning that I'm starting to be able to predict a lot of things. And I'm reading this really good book by Grant Cardone, Seller Be Sold. And the book has really just opened my eyes to a lot of things about selling, about being a salesperson, about being whether you're a professional or you're an amateur. So I'm trying to I want to be better than a professional. I want to be a great. So I study. A lot of my success does not even come from real estate. A lot of my success comes from personal development and studying. That's the biggest thing. Reading books, going to live events, meeting people, learning how to talk to people, learning how to communicate, learning my communication styles. That's where the success comes in. Because anybody can say, hey, I can buy your house. But do you really understand what that person is going through? Can you kind of read between the lines, the nuances of what they really want? I'm not perfect, though. I must be honest. I'm totally not perfect at it, but I understand what my strengths are, and I really understand what my weaknesses are, and I want to get better. So I'm learning now. I'm getting better, baby. So again, it's constant development, personal development. If you guys are not winning your probate deals, or if you're not winning deals at all, it's simply because it has nothing to do with your offer. It has nothing to do with your service. It has everything to do with you as the individual. I can go into a house just like this with my hoodie on, glasses, and little crazy ponytail, and I can get a deal done. Because at the end of the day, they don't really. Everyone provides the same service. They are buying you. They want you. They want that individual. They want reassurance that you're going to get that deal closed. Hey, Mr. Fletcher. Mr. Fletcher, he was one of my past clients. I actually did a short sale for him in Baltimore, and we got that short sale done within 6 months. He was one of my second or third listings. He probably didn't even know. He probably did know. But thank you, Mr. Fletcher, for the opportunity to work with you. I really appreciate it. Raymond says, I saw you're doing a flip instead of post on. Are you using hard money or private? I'm using hard money for that deal and private funds. I'm so glad that you noticed that, and I'm so glad that you're watching my videos. So, the reason why I'm predominantly a wholesaler, I must admit, I love wholesaling. I love getting that quick cash. But when you get a sweet deal like this, the deal I got, it's really more of a learning experience. I can't see me losing my money in that deal nowhere, no matter how I flip it upside down, whatever. Like that's just like a deal that you don't get often. So if I'm getting deals like that are so low, where it's like not as much risk, I'll do it. But no, I am a wholesaler. I do use hard money and private funds, private equity funds. Yes. Oh, thank you, Mr. Fletcher. I appreciate that. So, like, if you guys want to invest in DC and or PG County in this DC metropolitan area, I'm your girl. I love what I do. I love winning. I'm a winner. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I love to win. Like, winning is everything to me. So I can definitely get you guys hooked up. We can get some deals done, and I'm transparent with you. I'm gonna let you know what the good looks like and what the bad looks like how we're going to exit, what happens if the market shifts, what are my options, things like that. So we have to be realistic about our investments, because any investment is a risk. So you just got to really be confident, and you have to know what you're doing. And it's not about no, it's like applied knowledge. Like I could know how to tie my shoes, or I could know how to do this and that. But when you're talking about making money, you gotta be on point. And if you're not on point, it is okay. You have to surround yourself with on point people. That's what I do. Lawrence, I am looking at some properties and I want you to be with me. Okay, we can have a conversation about that, Mr. Fletcher. I hope those properties are in DC or PG County, because anything outside of that, if I don't know have an expert in that market, I can't say that I would invest. But if you got something in DC or PG, hey baby, we can make it happen. We can definitely make it happen. You guys are also awesome today. I thank you so much for your time and you guys spending your time here with me. Again, if you guys have any questions, and Bruce, I'm also glad that you asked, how do you get started? I'm not sure if you're a part of a mentoring group, or, if you're a part of, I don't know, a wholesale group or whatever. But I do have a program. It's a really cheap, it's a starter program. It's really, really affordable. It's going to be $47 a month. And with that program, you're going to get me live, and a lot of some of the things that we're talking about right now, you'll get that on demand. So you'll always have access to it as long as you're a part of the group, and you'll be around other like-minded individuals. I really think that you have to spend your money on personal development. And I know it sounds so cliche because I hear it a lot, but look, I'm about to go to London next month. I'm really about to take a leap of faith, and then I'm going to another conference in December. This is probably going to be my fifth or sixth conference this year, and they are not cheap. I'm going to London next month, and I'm going to Texas next month, and then the month after that, I'm going to another conference in DC. So if I have to do all of that to make money, you have to do the same thing. You're like, no one is exempt from personal development. So Bruce, I would say come into my mentoring group. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I'm different from other people. I'm real raw. I'm real honest with you. I let you know what's up. I mean, it's up to you to make the decision and the choice of what you want to actually invest in yourself. Investing in you is the best investment. You can't. It's priceless. I think you should. Hi, Andrew. Andrew. I don't know how to pronounce your last name, Andrew, but ask me anything about investing probate. I'm a wholesaler in DC and in PG County. I'm one of the top wholesalers here, and I love what I do. Like I said, if you guys are out of state, if you are in another state and you guys want to get into it, investing in DC, you can give me a call, give me a shout out, and I am here to help you. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? And another thing too, guys, I am looking for a assistant. I've been looking for a while now. I'm really, really big on energy. You gotta have good energy around me, because if not, I just can't. Like, we have to click. So if you guys know anyone who's looking for a job in real estate and they want to grow who they are as an individual, and they want to get their money right, have them give me a call directly. I'll put my phone number in the notes so that you guys can have them call me directly. They can send their resume. I'm sorry, to info@bbpinvestments.com. Yes, that is info at bbp boy Paul investments with a s.com. I'm looking to hire that individual by the beginning of 2019. Hi, Richard Eric White just joined. Hey, I'm calling you out. Hey, buddy. Hey, if you have any investing questions, please ask me. I am a open book right now. I've been on live for about 40 minutes and I got about 5 minutes left. I have work to do. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. The weather is definitely cold out here in DC. I just can imagine how it is in London next month. Got to get ready. All right, guys. So I'm gonna head out. Again, if you have any questions or if you guys, need anything, feel free to hit me up. All righty. You make it a great day.